Hello everyone, this is Carrie from Celestial Forecasts. I wanted to focus on a reading specifically on ex partnerships. So I will start by saying if you're not interested in reconciling with your ex, this is not a reading for you, because that's what I'm going to be focusing on here. If there's a possibility for a reconciliation with your ex-partner. And since my audience is mostly focused on divine feminine, I believe 95%, I'm going to be dedicating this reading for those who are in separation from a divine masculine ex. Okay, so let's get started here. And as always, please remember that it is general. It will not resonate with every single person tuning in. Take from it what makes sense for you and release what does not. All right, starting with my Heart and Soul Love Oracle deck, let's dive right into this and see, will your divine masculine ex be a part of your life once again? Is there a possibility for a reunion or not? Okay, so we'll grab 3 cards from this deck and we'll clarify with tarot. Angels and spirit guides, please, focusing on the divine masculine ex here. Is there a possibility for a reconciliation? Okay, first card. Ooh, look at this, ghosted. So if your masculine ghosted you, if that was a part of the situation for you and your person here, we'll take a look and see what that's about. Okay, let's grab 2 more cards from here. We have Prism and one last card. And we have Kismet. Okay, so let me read through these messages and then we'll uncover what it's about, starting with the ghosted card. I thought I knew what I wanted. I thought I wanted you. I didn't know how to tell you that I had a change of heart, that I wasn't as into you as you were into me. So instead of being honest and upfront, I blocked you. I ghosted you. I know now that was wrong, but now I'm too embarrassed to reach out, to see you, to simply apologize and say I'm sorry. Okay, so this doesn't exactly tell us whether an ex wants to return. They're just really remorseful over how they conducted themselves because they weren't honest with you about really how they were feeling at that time. And then we've got the Prism card right here. I've spent way too much time saturating myself in sadness over losing you. I couldn't rush my healing. I had to be patient, be gentle and kind with myself, to cry, to feel the pain, fall to my knees in prayer and find that glimmer of hope in the prism of my heart. I'm back. You know, this could even be something that you relate to for yourself, Divine Feminine. You know, but we are also definitely focusing on the divine masculine ex here. And then lastly, we've got Kismet. For those that don't know what that means, it's basically 2 people who are destined to connect and meet. And it does say that you and I were 2 lost souls destined to meet in this lifetime. It doesn't matter how many wrong turns or choices we've made before we came into each other's lives. All that matters is that in the end, we got it right. We found each other. Okay, so depending, of course, on how long you guys have been apart, for some of you, maybe it's been a recent breakup. For some, it's been years. Okay, so let me set these 2 aside. We'll focus on the ghosted card first and see what the heck happened here. All right, so I'm going to grab some tarot for my tarot teacher. And the energy that I get from that ghosted card, you might have been dealing with somebody who was just really immature, regardless of age. You know, they just didn't know how to be upfront and honest. If they weren't into the partnership, if they really were not into you, then they should have handled it a whole lot better. And they recognize that here, that they didn't do right by you. They're embarrassed to reach out now. They want to apologize. They want to say that they're sorry. But again, that does not indicate the desire to reconcile. We'll see what the tarot messages contribute to that. Look at that. Here we are, the Emperor. Okay, so that does represent the divine masculine. Going back to what I said, you know, the immaturity level. For some of you that have known each other, for example, a very long time, since you guys were younger, maybe you met in school, you grew up together, childhood sweethearts maybe, I feel your masculine has evolved from the person who was in this type of energy, because they're now coming through as the Emperor. This is not somebody that would handle themselves in that way, you know? And then we've got the Ten of Wands right after that. So they, I feel, have been carrying this heaviness within them, in them, on their shoulders, ever since this all unfolded and played out and you guys went your separate ways. I feel they have a lot of regret here, you know? And then we've got the Hanged Man right here. So there's been a lot of changes that have happened, but in order for those changes to have been implemented in your masculine's life, Divine Feminine, I feel it might have actually been a blessing that things unfolded the way it did. And it hurt you, and I'm sure that it was very painful the way they conducted themselves if you resonate with this particular message. But through these changes, they've grown up. They've evolved. This is a different person now that's coming towards you, letting you know. They recognize that there's much needed healing here because of the pain that they inflicted upon you. But with that Six of Swords, this is now a calmer energy, moving towards calmer waters. They created a bit of a chaotic environment for this connection before, and they really want to transition away from that, move forward, you know, leaving it all behind. They want to bring balance back. Look at that. Okay. So they have had clarity since this occurred. Since we are focusing on ex-partnerships, they now see things a lot clearer. Karma might have bitten them in the ass too. Maybe they got served what it was that they served to you, you know, however way they treated you, somebody might have turned around and treated them the same way, because the Justice card can also represent karmic justice. In order to balance those scales between the two of you, the truth hit them in the ass. You know what I mean? I'm just kind of getting that. Look at these cards. Now we've got the Hierophant, and then we've got the Lover's card. Some of you guys could be dealing with a Gemini individual or a Taurus. This is a card of commitment right here. That's not somebody who was looking for commitment at that time. They didn't even know what they wanted, but they do now. That doesn't necessarily mean that you will accept them back in, especially if they really hurt you this way. But obviously you're watching this reading because you're wanting to know if they will return, if they will come back into your life. And perhaps the choice falls on you, Divine Feminine, because the Lover's card represents a decision that needs to be made. If they come towards you, that in and of itself is a decision they're implementing in their life and the situation. They still clearly feel the connection with you. And I'm assuming you're watching this reading because you feel the connection with them, despite however painful that relationship might have ended. Because this clearly isn't somebody who's looking to commit. They're not thinking long term. They're not thinking marriage. They're not thinking of anything but what's in front of them at that moment. And they're ready to make better choices here. I feel they're still attracted to you. I feel that their desire for you has actually grown throughout the years because they have grown also. So the ironic part of all this is you might have actually turned out to be the one that got away. And they're just, you know, just kicking themselves possibly. It's like, what have I done? So karmic justice truly was served. That's what I'm getting from that. Okay, so let's continue. Let's see what else is going on with your Divine Masculine X here. So let's talk about the Prism card right here. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to focus on this deck, the Illuminated Star Tarot Volume 2. So going back to that message, I've spent way too much time saturating myself in sadness over losing you. That could have initially been you, Divine Feminine. You know, where you were just so engulfed with the sadness that they were not a part of your life and that you guys went your separate ways. You had to go through your own healing, shed some tears. You know, it was a very painful breakup for some of you. But this is letting us know that you have found hope to come back and to bounce back and be able to stand up once again. we've got the Knight of Pentacles. So for some of you, your divine masculine could be an earth sign here. Okay, so Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. We've already seen the Taurus card come through with the Hierophant. So this is a very slow moving masculine right here. Now, I'm getting for some of you that your masculine, when they ended up detaching from the connection, if that is indeed what happened, or really whoever broke up with whom, doesn't really matter. This is something that resulted in a breakup. And I'm getting here because the Knight of Pentacles is somebody who's not afraid of putting in the necessary effort to work hard at a partnership and a relationship, as well as putting that effort in towards themselves. This is also a card of commitment from this particular person, this masculine. And look at that, Divine Feminine. Here you are coming up as the Empress here. Okay, so we see from the cards that have already come through that your masculine is coming in as that Emperor also. I have a feeling here, back in time when you guys first broke up, when you went into separation, they were not embodying the qualities of this Emperor. For some of you, your masculine could be the younger counterpart. Maybe there's an age gap for some of you guys, but you guys are on the same level now. You know, they're equally matching your energy, I feel, Divine Feminine. And they know that they want to come forward, but maybe if it's been a very long time, that could explain why things are rather slow for your masculine. Maybe they just don't want to freak you out and scare you and suddenly reach out, especially if it's been a very long time. We've got the Page of Cups here, representing good news, a love message that will come from your masculine. Okay, it's not something that perhaps you're expecting. It might be something that you want, and maybe something that you've wanted for a very long time, but it just hasn't come to fruition, and it might actually manifest itself, because this is what they're focused on now. Look at this, the Ten of Cups. Will your ex return? For those of you who have an ex that's coming through desiring this Ten of Cups with you, Divine Feminine, that's someone for sure that's going to want to return and be a part of your life, because they want that happily ever after with you. They see you as a dream that they would love to be able to manifest themselves back into your life. You know, this is the love they feel for you, the commitment that they want to be able to dedicate towards the partnership, possibly even marriage for some of you, or just the commitment that they're ready to give, or even to start a family or blended families for some of you that have already been apart a very long time. Lots of life happened in between. Lots of life happened in between, and they want to be able to bring this into the 3D between the two of you. Amazing. Okay, so let's move on to the next card, which is Kismet. Okay, so Destiny. Let's go ahead and grab from Volume 1, the Illuminated Star Tarot. Angels and Spirit Guides, please, for my Divine Feminines tuning in, watching for a masculine ex. Two lost souls destined to meet in this lifetime. And, you know, if you relate to that, maybe you ended up experiencing heartbreak prior to when you even connected with this masculine, and maybe they experienced the same thing. You know, two lost souls who were able to find each other on this journey. But there's also this need to heal whatever part of them, whatever part of you needed healing. And that's much needed. We do have the Ten of Pentacles coming in, so I absolutely love seeing this. This is stability right here. So your Divine Masculine, not only are they ready to acknowledge that they still feel this incredibly strong bond with you, they want to be able to bring you the happiness that they could not before, because this definitely represents security and stability moving forward, not just financially, but in love. This could actually be a masculine that's perfectly matched up to you. We see the Emperor and we see the Empress in this reading. Let's see what else. So even though, you know, you guys might have both taken wrong turns along the way, made very different or wrong choices, with the Lover's card, it's all about making the right choices, you know? So 5 of Swords definitely is indicative of what might have happened before, okay? The conflict, sneakiness, as it says, competition with other people, infidelities, and such, whatever it was that you guys might have encountered. But this masculine is wanting to let you know, Divine Feminine, they're only coming towards you now with the best of intentions. They care for you. The love is still there. They want to revive this romance. You know, the Knight of Cups can be looked upon as this Prince Charming type vibe. They don't want to give up, I feel, on this connection. Let's see what else. Yeah, here we are again with the Justice card. Okay, so they have had this clarity. They definitely have had that clarity, which is why the Justice card is coming through twice. They've had to face their own truth, and a part of that reality for them is they messed up. They ended up hurting you and having a lot of regrets over how they conducted themselves before. And once again, karmic justice. Life handed them some lessons that they needed to learn. For sure. That's why it's coming through here twice. Some of you guys could be dealing with a Libra, or maybe you guys are both Libra. Yeah, I'm not surprised to see the Tower right here, because you guys definitely expected something that was chaotic, and it does represent a sudden upheaval for both of you. Maybe you didn't even see this coming through. Came in unexpectedly, and it hurt. But with the Tower, with that whole experience, when the dust settles, it can actually be a blessing in disguise, because there's lessons to learn there. I feel your masculine has learned them. Might have taken them a good chunk of time, but they've learned them, I feel. And maybe you also needed that time away from your masculine to learn your own lessons, Divine Feminine. But look at this. We've got the Star. So it's telling us here that this is a relationship that can be revived. There is still hope here. And we've got a card talking about wish fulfillment. There is a wish that can still come true for you and your masculine here. Okay, remember, they want that 10 of Cups. You guys are heading towards calmer waters, which is a typical interpretation of the 6 of Swords. If you guys need more time to heal, take that time. But I feel you guys are really transitioning away from whatever brought that Tower down and ready to start over and find happiness once again. You know, look at the varying energies. Look at how happy this one is. We've got a rainbow right there. The Star, very uplifting. So this wish, if you've been wishing for your masculine to return, it certainly appears to be a possibility here. That is how it's coming through at this time. Okay, so I wanted to go ahead and grab some dialogue messages here on behalf of the Divine Masculine. I'm going to pull from my Heavenly Hearts Oracle deck. All right, so some words from your Divine Masculine. So it does seem that, yes, your Divine Masculine X wants nothing more than to be a part of your life again. Okay, let's grab some words here. Will you be my other half? I'm not surprised to see that. They definitely want you to be a part of their life forever. Hold my hand through this journey of love, romance, and life's adventures. I can't imagine going through it with anyone else but you. Okay, so this is where they are at, Divine Feminine. And then we have I do coming through here. Okay, so I really feel here they're intentions are focused more so on long-term commitment and marriage, you know, wanting to build that life with you. And last card, you make me ecstatically, ridiculously happy. And they want to be able to bring you that happiness that they might have taken away from you before. All right, guys, so that is where I'm going to leave this one, Divine Feminines. I do hope whatever part of this reading resonated with you when it comes to your Divine Masculine X, that it offers you the hope that you've been looking for, that there is a possibility towards reconnecting somewhere down the line. All right, guys, so that's where I'm going to leave this one. And if you're interested in your own personal private reading, that info is down below. Thank you so very much. See you on the next reading.